Hey guys, what's up? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, LaMonicas Lab, if you're new. Today in the lab, we're going to be discussing all of my foundations that are in my collection. I know that this video has been long overdue, but I will be going into each foundation that I have in my collection, giving a little bit of information about it. And I also have some reviews here on my channel regarding some of these foundations, so if I can remember, I'll link them down below. But nevertheless, if you're interested to see what's in my foundation collection, give this video a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And without further ado, if you want to see what's in my collection, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just pulling out of my little bin here. My foundation collection is not that big, but this is what it is. And I'm going to be just pulling them out and sharing information on those. So the first one I'm pulling out is the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. I have it in the shade medium 59 neutral, and this is a 24-hour long wear full coverage transfer resistant matte finish foundation. I only wore this foundation maybe two or three times, but I am not a full coverage gal or a matte finish type of girl when it comes to my foundation. I like a luminous or dewy finish. I also like the coverage to be light to medium. So the only time I will wear like a full coverage if I need to, if it's for like a photo shoot or if it's for an event that I have to go to. But nevertheless, this is a good foundation if you're into a full coverage type of foundation. So that is the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. This is the 24-hour foundation by Maybelline. My writing has fell off. I'm almost done this bottle, but I have it in the shade 312 Golden. And this is a full coverage foundation as well. I actually have this foundation on today in this video. And this is a seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. It is oil free, doesn't clog the pores, dermatologist tested. And I've done a review here on my channel on this foundation, so if you want more in-depth information, I'll link that video either in the cards or in the description box below. But this is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour foundation, and I actually like this foundation, being as though I am almost finished this bottle. As far as the matte finish, what I do is I typically put on a moisturizing primer or a really hydrating moisturizer or some type of luminous primer that will not cause it to be too matte. So that's what I use when I use this foundation. My next foundation I have here that I'm just grabbing out of my bin is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This one is a undetectable medium to full coverage and is oil free. I think that this foundation is medium coverage to me. I don't get a full coverage from this, but it is buildable, so I will say that. I have it in the shade Praline. I also did a review here on my channel on this foundation. This is like my go-to foundation. It has a pump, as well as the Maybelline and the Kat Von D also have pumps on them, but this is like my go-to everyday foundation. Super lightweight on the skin, very easy to apply, and it's easy to match the shade for most skin tones that I've seen so far. Everyone is able to have a shade in this particular foundation, so that is some good stuff about it. But if you want more in-depth information, again, I do have a video on this particular foundation, so yeah. The next one I'm pulling out is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This one is oil free as well. This one is a medium to full coverage. It is buildable. So if you're into a medium to full coverage and you're looking for that foundation that has hydration in it, you should definitely check out the Smashbox one. For those of you who have dry skin, I would highly recommend this hydrating Smashbox one. It is a 15-hour wear if you're tend to wearing it for a long period of time. This one is super soft on the skin as well. I only wore this about once, maybe once or twice. I think I did do a video on this foundation as well. If I remember to put all the videos of the foundations that I did reviews on or use in a video, then I will list them down below. But this one is a very, very, very hydrating foundation and easy to apply with a brush or sponge as well. Next one I'm going to pull out here is the Covergirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation. It's a comfortable matte, transfer resistant, and it's a 12-hour wear, and it looks like this. I have it in the shade T10. Now I only got a couple wears out of this, but it's not like my go-to foundation. I don't know why. I just feel like it doesn't, like, I don't know, it's comfortable. It's not uncomfortable. I just feel like, I don't know, every time I wear this particular foundation, it seems like my makeup doesn't look right. And I've tried it with the sponge, I've tried it with the brush, I've used multiple hydrators, multiple primers, so I don't know. I only use like literally probably use this twice. So maybe I'll just give it another whirl and see what happens. And then my lid is not clamping down. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. But this is the Covergirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation. So if you're looking for a matte drugstore foundation that is comfortable to wear, long lasting, then Covergirl and the the Super Stay by Maybelline are two great alternatives for high-end foundations that really act as high-end foundations. Speaking of drugstore, looking at my bin, this is probably my last drugstore one besides my Colourpop one that I'll speak of next. This is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation. This is for normal to dry skin. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. So I have the Maybelline Fit Me in the dewy finish. I have it in the shade 240 Golden Beige. It hydrates and smooth skin texture and a natural luminous finish. I do like this one. It does give you that luminosity that I like in a foundation. So if you're dry, normal to dry, this is definitely the one for you. If you're oily and you like to use dewy type of finishes in your foundation, I would suggest using a mattifying primer and try not to use a oil-based moisturizer when putting on this foundation on top of all those items. But this one is a perfect, like, dewy, luminous, lightweight, very inexpensive foundation in the drugstore. The Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I know a lot of people use the Maybelline Matte Poreless one. I did not try that one yet. I probably won't, being as though I don't like a matte finish, so I try not to purchase matte finish ones. But to try it, if you guys want me to try it, let me know down below what your thoughts are on the Maybelline Matte and Poreless compared to the Dewy and Smooth. The next foundations I have in my collection is these Colourpop No Filter foundations. I purchased two of them, and I have them in the shades Medium Dark 115 and Medium Dark 120. So they look like this. And they have these pumps on it, a glass. Now when I did the review on these, I really didn't like these, to be quite honest. But that was only a review for the video. I felt like it was breaking up around my mouth area. If you're new to my channel, I do have hyperpigmentation around my mouth area, and what I go by to determine if a foundation is perfect and worth it for me is if it does not break up around my mouth line, my smile lines, and if it lasts throughout the day, then that is a winner for me. But this, I didn't see that. I don't know if it's because the shades are too light. I don't know. Trying to pick out a foundation online is already difficult in itself, so I tried not to go too dark. I tried not to go too light. This is what was in the middle, and these were still too light for me. But I may have taken that video down. Not quite sure. But I know I had a video on these Colourpop No Filter foundations, and I had purchased all the stuff when all the No Filter stuff came out. But nevertheless, these are too light for me, so I'll probably just set those aside. Moving right along, I'm going to save my favorite foundation for last. Moving right along, this is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. It does have an SPF of 25 in it, so if you're looking for that skin protector in your foundation that has sunscreen, then this is the one for you. And I know that this says to apply every 15 minutes because it's supposed to be almost similar to a tinted moisturizer. However, this is an amazing foundation. I will not lie to you guys. Like, I really like this. If I'm not using my Too Faced Born This Way, then I typically will go for this one or my Benefit Happy foundation, which is right here. My Benefit Hello Happy foundation. So this one, I have it in the shade Tan Y400, and I really like this. I try not to use it a lot. This does retail for $44. And yeah, so that is this foundation. It's very lightweight. If you're the woman that is quickly on the go, don't like to do too much, just want to even your skin tone out with just looking put together, then the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Foundation is definitely excellent for that. The next one I would suggest for a light to medium coverage, then the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation is the way to go. This one I'm almost done. Those are like the top three that I would use on a regular basis if I don't feel like doing too much. The Too Faced, the Marc Jacobs, and this Benefit Hello Happy one. I have it in the shade number 8. And I really like this thing. This one does not have a pump, neither does the Marc Jacobs one. You squeeze these out so you can just like draw right on your face. Definitely be careful with the Benefit one. It has a little ball in it and it does drip out quickly, so be careful when using that one. My next one is the Clinique Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF of 15. And this one evens and corrects at the same time. This one is dermatology tested, 100% allergy free and fragrance free. So if you never tried Clinique products before, they do have a full coverage. If you're into the full coverage That particular one is the Beyond Perfecting foundation. It's a concealer and foundation in one, whereas this one is just the foundation. This one is I would say this is a light to medium coverage as well. I have it in the shade Toasted Wheat, and it squeezes out just like the Benefit and the Marc Jacobs as well. But this is another one that you can use on a daily basis. The next one I have in here is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. It's a weightless ultra definition liquid makeup. When you shake this one up, there's a peptide ball in it, so it does have antioxidants and things of that nature. You do have to shake it every time that you use it. I would say that this is a medium to full coverage. It is buildable. It does come with a pump. I haven't used this one just yet. I just know a lot about it, but I have it in the shade 6.0. I'm not sure if that's my shade, but if you guys want me to do a review on this particular foundation, definitely give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. But I do know that it is super weightless. It is flawless on the skin, especially when you're doing buffing motions. So that is the Urban Decay Naked Foundation. The next one I have here that I haven't tried just yet, but I'm excited to try it, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This one has a sunscreen of 15. You guys, in case you didn't know, if your sunscreen and your foundation is a high number, 9 times out of 10 you may get that flashback. Just a tip. So if you're into like taking a lot of Instagram photos or a lot of photos period, you may want to be careful when choosing certain foundations, especially if you're going to be doing that baking technique, because a lot of that flash or a lot of the sunscreen that are in those items and talc, those things can cause that flashback in your photos. So just a quick tip for that. I have it in the shade Medium Tan, and it looks like this. I know that this one is like a mousse consistency. I haven't tried this one yet either, but I have a few in here that I'm like collecting that I want to try. The next one I'm going to mention is the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Foundation. This one is a matte foundation. I did do a full face using Milk Makeup. If you want to see that video, it'll be in the cards, but this one is a matte finish. It feels really lightweight. It feels lightweight, and it's definitely like a long wearing type of foundation. It has a slight like fresh scent to it, and it blurs, so it should blur out your imperfections that you may have on your skin. But nevertheless, this is a matte finish, super comfortable and long wearing on the skin as well. The next one I have in here, I definitely haven't tried this one yet because I've heard a lot of people that have oily skin definitely say that this is matte, so I may just give this one away. But this is a matte velvet skin foundation by Makeup Forever. It's a 24-hour full coverage wear, and I have it in the shade Y375. It looks like that. So I don't know, I may try it out, I may not. I may just give it to my mom or something, because I don't have oily skin. My skin type is normal. So this one I'm not sure, because they said it's a super matte, and I don't like a super matte foundation. Last but not least, my favorite foundation of all time. Now this one is probably going to be a bit biased to what I just said, but although this one is considered a full coverage foundation, I think it's medium to full, so it's buildable. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation, and you guys, I don't have any more in my bottle, so I had got 2 samples until I'm ready to buy another bottle, because if you bought Estee Lauder products before, you know that they're a bit pricey. But this one is in the shade Toasty Toffee, and the only thing about this is that it doesn't have a pump. But recently Estee Lauder did come out with pumps, so if you're interested in buying the Double Wear Foundation, you can purchase this online at Ulta, at the Ulta store, at Estee Lauder counters and things like that. You can also purchase it online at Sephora. But I love Estee Lauder foundation. This particular foundation does not crack around my mouth. It lasts all day. If I were to go put my hand on my face or fall asleep, my makeup will still be in place. This hands down has trumped majority of my, if not all of my foundations. This is like the best foundation for me. So if you're looking for a everyday or just a bomb foundation that you know you can go to when it's time to take pictures or go out, Estee Lauder is the way to go. It's also easy to apply, comfortable on the skin, and it has those components of hydration and things like that for the skin. So the only thing is that it does have a little bit of a makeup scent, so if that bothers you, then you may not like this one. But nevertheless, this is an amazing foundation. It's like my This is my favorite foundation. So that is mainly all of my foundations. I know that I was probably going through these pretty fast so that this video would not be extremely long. So if you have any questions or comments, then definitely leave them down below. I will have the list of all of the foundations that I do have in my collection in the description box, as well as my shade beside them. But you can purchase all of these online, if not at Sephora or Ulta, and definitely let me know if you guys tried any of these foundations and what your thoughts are. And until next time, love, peace, and beauty. Bye guys.